The crystallization can be effected earlier than 10th day also with a specific written request from the importer or the applicant. That depends कि उनके request में reason क्या है. In case of usance bills, the foreign currency liability would be crystallized on the due date into the Indian rupees. Follow up of bills under letter of credit. As per the guidelines, the foreign currency liability of import bill drawn under LC is crystallized into Indian rupee on the 10th day. 10th day after receipt of the documents at the counters of the issuing bank. In case of site bills और यूसेंस बिल के केस में होता है वो ड्यू डेट पे. लेकिन अगर इंपोर्टर हैज बीन सैंक्शनड द इंपोर्ट लोन फैसिलिटी, तब जो रुपी लाइबिलिटी है वो डेबिट हो सकती है उसके लोन अकाउंट में, तो उसको लाइबिलिटी की तरह शो करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एंड इफ नॉट, अगर उसके पास इंपोर्ट लोन फैसिलिटी नहीं है, then the issuing bank is required to follow up with the importer for payment of bill amount as being done in case of other outstanding and overdue balances. However, it is not necessary, इंपोर्टर के लिए ये मैंडेटरी नहीं है कि वो बिल की रिटायरमेंट ड्यू डेट पे ही करे फॉर क्रिस्टलाइजेशन पर्पस, एज ही मे चूज टू रिटायर ओनली आफ्टर रिसीट ऑफ गुड्स. In such cases, the bank would recover interest as prescribed by the Reserve Bank of Directives, and बैंक नॉर्मल इंटरेस्ट रिकवर भी कर सकता है. कौन सी डेट से? फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ नेगोशिएशन टू द डेट ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइजेशन एंड पीनल इंटरेस्ट देयर आफ्टर. एविडेंस ऑफ इंपोर्ट बाय द इंपोर्टर. जितने भी हमारे ऑथोराइज्ड डीलर्स हैं, while they open the letter of credit for their importer clients or effecting payment for imports, shall take an undertaking from the importer that they shall submit an exchange control copy of the bill of entry within the prescribed period. Now, this submission of bill of entry, which has to be duly approved by the custom ascertance. सबसे important बात जो उन्होंने चेक करनी है क्या है? There is an actual import of goods in the country. मतलब कि कोई fraud ना हो, कोई forged ना हो, और वो सिर्फ book entries ना हो. There should be actual import of goods in the country. Authorized dealers on non-receipt of bill of entry within 6 months from the date of payment shall follow up with the importer for the submission of bill of entry, and if not submitted within another 3 months, shall report the same in the statement of the bill of entry form. And ये statement उसे submit करनी है half yearly basis पे Reserve Bank of India को. लेकिन जब से IDPMS implement हुआ है, ये हम RBI को directly भी कर सकते हैं through the system. नाउ हर बैंक की अपनी कुछ इंटरनल गाइडलाइंस हो सकते हैं लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट को सैंक्शन करने के लिए. लेकिन इस ट्रांजैक्शन में क्योंकि ओवरसीज पेमेंट और मूवमेंट्स ऑफ गुड्स इन्वॉल्व हैं, इसलिए रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने बैंक्स के लिए बहुत सारी एडवाइजरीज और गाइडलाइंस ऑलरेडी इशू किए हुए हैं जो वो यूज कर सकते हैं while sanctioning such type of facilities. However, the importer client should be well versed with the trade for which he is importing goods, and the banks are required to follow due diligence and know your customer guidelines meticulously. Banks should take extra cautious while handling large value transactions. Large value transactions वो transactions हैं जहां पे usually 100% cash margin allow किया जाता है, या फिर where there is a sudden spurt in the business volume of the importer. बहुत ज्यादा एकदम से volume increase हो गया. Then उस केस में banks उसकी credit worthiness reports पे ज्यादा emphasis देके एक reputed credit agency के through वो evaluation जरूर करवाएं. Then the bank should also make a proper follow-up of bills which have not retired and rupee liability is outstanding. जो dealing staff है बैंक का, that should also be well versed with the existing exchange control guideline, and they should also be able to scrutinize the documents received under letter of credit properly and with due care. जितने भी clauses letter of credit में incorporate किए जाएंगे, they should relate and to trade control guidelines, internal guidelines जो बैंक की हैं या RBI की हैं, and जितने भी अप्रूवल जरूरी हैं कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी से जहां जहां ट्रांजेक्शंस आर रिसीव बियॉन्ड द डेलीगेटेड पास शुड आल्सो बी अवेलेबल. उसके बाद सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर एक आता है फॉलो अप का. There should be strict follow-up for submission of exchange control copy of bill of entry to ensure that the goods have arrived into the country. In case of site bills, if the importer does not come forward to retire the documents, then the measures should be initiated to take possession of the goods and ensure continuity of the insurance as well. Banks should be more vigilant and cautious while sanctioning usance LC facility, and this facility should be sanctioned for reputed and well-known clients, and adequate security should be ensured since the goods are delivered on acceptable basis. रिस्क रिलेटेड टू लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट ट्रांजेक्शंस। अब लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट ट्रांजेक्शंस में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जिनमें बहुत सारे टाइप के रिस्क इन्वॉल्व हैं, जैसे कि letter of credit being the most convenient mode of settlement of payment in international trade. However, जैसे ही पेमेंट रिसीव होती है negotiating या पेमेंट बैंक को on tendering of the documents, then shipment of goods का evidence और जितने भी related documents हैं LC के related, then they are required to be secured and the payment will be made only after receipt of documents confirming to the terms and conditions of the letter of credit. Banks should therefore open a letter of credit on behalf of their regular customer only and ensure that he is well versed with the trade. ये नहीं है कि आपको कस्टमर के बारे में पता नहीं है, you are not aware of the customer, you are not well versed with the customer, but still आप उसको LC के लिए opt करवा रहे हो. That means आपने कहीं ना कहीं उसकी जो evaluation है, उसकी जो credit worthiness है, उसको cross check नहीं किया है. Then the bills of lading should be called for in the name of the bank, indicating the name and address of the importer. जब हम bill of lading की evidence मांगेंगे, उससे documents मांगेंगे, तो उसमें name and address of the importer होना बहुत जरूरी है. Then letter of credit should not be opened for import of goods which are in the restricted item list. Another very important factor कि जितने भी goods restricted item list में चले जाते हैं RBI के through, उनके against letter of credit open नहीं हो सकता. And wherever the item is licensed, exchange control copy of the license in favor of the importer should be obtained before opening the LC. All precautions applicable to fund-based limits should be applied while sanctioning letter of credit and non-funded facility. And the buyer, before entering into trade relations, should inquire about the credit worthiness of the overseas seller. Also, the bank should prefer to obtain a satisfactory report on the overseas party from the reputed credit agency. Another very important factor. Then the bank should ensure to incorporate adequate clause in the letter of credit so that the safety of the import of goods is assured and the documents are received as per his requirement. The seller of the goods is equally concerned about the safety of his payment, and he should make sure that the documents are prepared strictly as per the terms of the letter of credit, leaving no chance for the issuing bank to point out any discrepancy. Next very important factor which the bank should take into account is उन्हें ये भी इंश्योर करना है कि जो गुड्स का डिस्पैच हुआ है वो भी एज पर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट और रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द बायर हुआ है, particularly उन केसेस में जहां पे डॉक्यूमेंट्स वर ड्रॉन अंडर द यूसेंस लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट. Next is that he should also be aware of the related trade control guidelines prevailing in the country of the buyer. And also जितने भी लीगल प्रोसीजर्स फॉलो होने हैं उस कंट्री में लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट ट्रांजेक्शंस के, वो भी उसे पता होने चाहिए सो दैट कि कल को कोई प्रॉब्लम ना आए. स्टैंड बाय लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट, जिसे हम गारंटीज भी कहते हैं, ये उन सिचुएशंस में यूज होता है जहां पे नॉन परफॉर्मेंस या किसी को हम ये कहें कि एक सब्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ गारंटी की जरूरत पड़ेगी, जहां पे हमें कोई डाउट है या जहां पे हमें एक इंटरमीडियरी, एक बंदे की ऐसी जरूरत है जो उस बंदे के बिहाफ पे, पेमेंट करने वाले बंदे के बिहाफ पे गारंटी ले सके, तो उसे कहते हैं स्टैंड बाय लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट. मतलब हमने एक स्टैंड बाय रख दिया इन बिटवीन. The usage of standby letter of credit is mostly witnessed in countries like USA, where the guarantees are not used and the standby letter of credit act as a substitute for guarantee. This type of letter of credit is opened by the banks in the countries where there is restriction on the issuance of guarantees, and therefore the standby provides a suitable substitute for performance or the financial guarantees. The documents required are bare minimum, like proof of delivery, ये तो must है, चाहिए. Then proof of non-performance or simple claim form, etc. In type के documents, basic documents are only required. Then RBI is also approved to adopt International Standby Practices Standard, that is ISP 98, which is a set of rules relating to standby letter of credits formulated by International Chamber of Commerce in 1998. Usage of standby letter of credit by authorized dealers. Banks can establish standby letter of credit for the following transactions. Actually, it is a document of promise जहां पे non-performance situation को importance दिया जाता है, and especially as a substitution to the guarantees which authorized dealers are permitted to issue under FEMA 1999. लेकिन कौन सी transactions के लिए standby letter of credit issue हो सकती है? There is a possibility. Those transactions are an exporter on account of exports into India, owed to a person resident in India by a person resident outside India for a bona fide trade transaction, duly covered by a counter guarantee of a bank of international repute or resident abroad, or the exporters may also opt to receive standby letter of credit in respect of exports from India. उसके अलावा कुछ ऐसे safeguards भी हैं जो स्टैंड बाय लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट के अगेंस्ट बैंक्स को लेने कंपलसरी हैं. Banks have been permitted by the Reserve Bank of India to issue standby letter of credit even for the import of goods into India. लेकिन इसमें बहुत सारे रिस्क इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं, इसलिए इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ एनी एविडेंस ऑफ शिपमेंट या इंश्योरेंस कवर, importers should be advised and explained of the risk factors involved and chances of abuse in acceding to the request for establishment of standby letter of credit for import of goods into India. Safeguards क्या क्या ले सकते हैं वो? सबसे पहले जहां पे ऐसे स्टैंड बाय रिक्वायर्ड है एप्लीकेंट से, उस केसेस में देयर शुड बी इंडिपेंडेंट पावर प्रोड्यूसर्स और इंपोर्टर ऑफ क्रूड ऑयल एंड पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट. देन नेक्स्ट इज द फैसिलिटी फॉर इशूइंग कमर्शियल स्टैंड बाय में बी एक्सटेंडेड ऑन अ सिलेक्टिव बेसिस. जिस केस में आएंगी, नेक्स्ट कैटेगरी आती है स्पेशल कैटेगरी ऑफ इंपोर्टर्स लाइक एक्सपोर्ट हाउसेस, ट्रेडिंग हाउस, स्टार ट्रेडिंग हाउस वगैरह. देन पब्लिक सेक्टर यूनिट्स, पब्लिक लिमिटेड कंपनीज विद अ गुड ट्रैक. उसके अलावा जो सेफगार्ड लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट इशू के टाइम पे लेने हैं, उसमें आ जाएगा satisfactory credit report on the overseas supplier, invocation of the commercial standby letter of credit. The beneficiary of the credit should furnish a declaration to the effect that the claim is made on account of the failure of the importer to abide by his contractual obligations. Following documents must also be presented. In addition to the above list, कुछ और डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं जो स्टैंड बाय लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट पे जरूरी हैं, जो प्रेजेंट होने चाहिए. कॉपी ऑफ द इनवॉइस, नॉन नेगोशिएबल सेट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट्स इंक्लूडिंग अ कॉपी ऑफ नॉन नेगोशिएबल बिल ऑफ lading, copy of SDS inspection certificates wherever provided for, incorporation of the suitable clause in the letter of credit that in the event of such invoice or shipping document has been paid by the authorized dealer earlier, provisions to dishonor the claim quoting the date, manner of earlier payment of such document may be considered. Then applicant का commercial standby की undertaking to provide evidence of imports in respect of all payments made under standby bill of entry. Authorized dealer shall follow up for the evidence of import as provided for under FEMA in all cases of payment made under such standby. Implications of some of the articles of ISP 98. As per Article 1.02, ISP 98 rules supplements the applicable law to the extent not prohibited by that law. Hence, if there is any provision in the rule which conflicts with the Indian law, such provision would not be applicable. That means, to put it in a simple manner, अगर Indian law और foreign law के बीच में कोई conflict है, तो Indian law prevail करेगा. This is the simple explanation. Article 1.09 जो business day के बारे में बताता है, as per this article, business day means a day on which the place of business at which the relevant act is to be performed is regularly open, and the banking day means a day on which the relevant bank is regularly open at the place at which the relevant act is to be performed. Article 3.13, expiration date on non-business day. Article 3.14, it explains closures on a business day and authorization of another reasonable place for presentation. Article 5.01, timely notice of dishonor, which says the article provides for timely notice of dishonor as per the provisions contained therein. Articles 10.0 and 10.02, this relates to syndication and participation under the standby letter of credit, which may be taken note of by the banks issuing such standbys under. International banking practices. The International Standard Banking Practices is actually a publication of the International Chamber of Commerce. इनका पर्पस क्या है? They provide guidance on the documents presented against letter of credit, and they also take note of ISBP, which does not change the UCP 600 rules when it comes to the letters of the credit. However, it is in fact a valuable guide to uniform custom and practice. A beneficiary who is accepting a letter of credit has been provided an expanded paragraph on the risk involved as per these publications. The accepting beneficiary requires a document to be issued and signed or countersigned by the applicant. इस पब्लिकेशन में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एम्फेसिस दिया गया है, जिसमें ये लिखा गया है that the letter of credit beneficiary needs to seek an amendment or consider the requirements very carefully. In the recent months, some letters of credit with the same clauses have been issued by the Middle Eastern banks, making it as a real risk. And in fact, the ISBP has therefore become an absolutely essential publication for anyone who is involved in the letter of credit. Objective of making international banking practices publication involves, सबसे पहले तो यूनिफॉर्मिटी ऑफ प्रैक्टिस वर्ल्ड वाइड, सो दैट की नंबर ऑफ क्रेडिट्स रिजेक्शन का जो लिस्ट है वो रिड्यूस होता जाए. Then secondly, they provide practice that should be applied by the documentary credit practitioner, helping to reduce discrepant presentations. Now we will study some of the important Incoterms which are used in this arena. Parties to contract are not aware of different trade practices in their respective countries, which can cause misunderstanding, resulting in unnecessary disputes. Very obvious, because India में कुछ different types की trade terms use हो सकते हैं, foreign में कुछ different types के trade terms use हो सकते हैं. तो उन्हें एक uniformity पे लेके आना, उन्हें एक level of understanding पे लेके आना, that is very important. Therefore, ICC published a set of international rules for the interpretation of trade terms known as Incoterms. अब ये जो Incoterms हैं, ये जब चाहे उस टाइम अपडेट करते हैं. The latest version आया था इसका 2000 में. Incoterms apply to contract of sale but not to contract of carriage. This is important, and they deal only with the relationship between the seller and the buyer. Basically, there are 4 categories of Incoterms. सबसे पहले डिपार्चर के रिलेटेड टर्म्स हैं, जैसे कि एक्स वर्क्स, दैट इज अ नेम प्लेस. एग्जांपल, एक्स वर्क्स जामनगर और एक्स वर्क्स पुणे. दैट मींस कि ये वो प्लेस है जहां पे काम होगा. मेन कैरेज पेड पे बेसिस पे सीएफआर कॉस्ट एंड फ्रेट, जिसके हिसाब से आप अपने फ्रेट रेट्स को डिसाइड करते हैं. बेसिस ऑफ फ्रेट डिसाइड करते हैं कि किस बेसिस पे आप ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का खर्चा देंगे. कॉस्ट एंड फ्रेट, दैट इज पोर्ट ऑफ डेस्टिनेशन. CIF stands for Cost Insurance and Freight, that is name port of destination, for example CIF Janpath or CFA Chennai Port. CPD is carriage paid to, name place of destination, जहां पे आपका assignment जा रहा है, that is carriage paid to Dubai maybe. Then CIP is carriage and insurance paid to, for example carriage and insurance paid to Dubai. Then third category आती है मेन कैरेज अनपेड. इसमें आ जाता है FCA, दैट इज फ्री कैरियर. इसमें आपका दैट मीन्स कि कैरेज की पेमेंट आपने नहीं करनी. FAS फ्री अलोंगसाइड शिप, लाइक पोर्ट ऑफ शिपमेंट का नाम आ जाएगा, फॉर एग्जांपल FAS मुंबई पोर्ट. FOB स्टैंड फॉर फ्री ऑन बोर्ड, दैट इज नेम ऑफ पोर्ट ऑफ शिपमेंट FOB मैंगलोर.